Hello everyone, I'm Bruffy1322 and this video serves as an update to the fastest tuners DLC video where I show the best fully upgraded tuners in terms of lap time. For all the information you need about this series, check the original tuners DLC video, but otherwise let's see where the new Sultan RS Classic falls into that list. And as probably we've expected for some time now, it is the new number one, beating the Vector by only 0.2 of a second. But it's got some decent characteristics that make it a good pick for most tuner class racers. So basically we've got four vehicles at the top now. We got the Sultan RS Classic in first, the Vector in second, the Calico GTF in third, and the Growler in fourth, and they're all pretty close in terms of lap time. Now out of those top four, the Growler's strength is probably top speed, but it has a weakness in acceleration. The Calico's strength is acceleration, but it has a weakness in grip. And the Vector's strength is grip, but has a weakness in top speed. The Sultan RS Classic doesn't beat any of the other top four in any of those metrics. It doesn't have a higher top speed or a better cornering ability than the Vector, for example. But it also doesn't have the same weaknesses that those cars have either, meaning that it's basically the jack of all trades, master of none car that over the course of most normal balanced laps will come out on top more often than not. Naturally, there are going to be some tracks that suit the other cars better, but you'll always be guaranteed to be competitive with the Sultan RS Classic. As we see here with the comparison between it and the second place now Vector, the Vector does have the cornering ability over the Sultan RS Classic. You know, it's better around the corners, so on a corner heavy traction limited circuit the Vector is going to be the best, but the Sultan RS Classic with its all-wheel drive system that isn't quite as front forward as the Calico, so it doesn't have the same level of understeer. It is still a little bit understeery, but nowhere near the level of the Calico. It does have some good acceleration with that all-wheel drive. It's got a decent amount of straight line speed, good traction. It basically puts everything together to ultimately give it that number one spot for tuners. It also has an off-road traction loss of 0, which means it will be better than anything else in the tuners class in an off-road situation, or if there's parts of a track that are off-road. And yeah, as you're seeing from this comparison, I figured I'd add this in as well, the Sultan RS Classic is actually a 0.1 of a second slower than the regular Sultan Classic around the lap, meaning that the older 4-seat Sultan Classic is still the quickest of all four Sultans. Obviously we've got the regular Sultan, the original one, the Sultan RS, which is slightly quicker than that. Then we had the Sultan Classic, which was quicker than the Sultan RS. For some reason the Sultan RS is in supers as well. And now we've got the Sultan RS Classic, which is basically just a carbon copy of the regular Sultan Classic, just with two doors. It handles pretty much very similarly. It has pretty much the same lap time and the same sort of top speed. We will be seeing the top speed for the Sultan RS Classic later today as well, but yeah, they're pretty much the same car. The regular Sultan Classic does have a slightly quicker lap time than the RS. So yeah, the Vector's reign at the top of the tuners class comes to an end about as quick as the Calicos did when the Vector took it from it. And yeah, the Sultan RS Classic is kind of, as we expected, the new number one. There's only two more vehicles to come from the DLC drip feed, and it doesn't look like either of them are going to be sort of on that top pace. But as always, I will be testing them and we'll see. But yeah, Sultan RS Classic, you can kind of take this and not worry about anything else, but don't be surprised if one of the other top four beats you in any random race, because some tracks might just be better for those cars. So that's pretty much it for this one. Consider supporting on Patreon or become a YouTube member if you want testing results early, and remember to read the description for more info, comment with your thoughts, like the video if you enjoyed or found it helpful, and subscribe for more. Thank you all so much for watching, I really do appreciate it, and I'll see you next time.